Right, my number 4, which I've written as number 7, is Sniper Elite version 2, which I talked about last week, but the embargo's dropped now, so I can talk about the rest of the game a little bit more. I talked at length about how good the sniping is and the horrendously hilarious kill cam, which is still by far the best thing about the game. Later on in the game, even I say later on, the second fucking level, it stops at times being a sniper game, and you have to go into tunnels or bunkers, and it all falls apart. Really, the stealth isn't as good as it should be. It becomes insanely hard. The checkpointing's terrible, so you kind of have to bumble your way through those bits in order to get the good stuff afterwards. It's classic Rebellion, loads of promise, lack of polish, but overall I like it, and I like the fact that they had the balls to make another Sniper Elite game, because it's been 7 years, and it's still got the best sniping in anything, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's my number 2, but I might as well get it out of the way. Yeah, like you said, Rebellion don't do polish, and they don't do. There's something that I like about their game. I think they get the things that they get wrong tend to be less important than the stuff they get right.
Yeah.
They get right, sorry. And I've liked it. I really have enjoyed it. I mean, the thing is that, like all their games, they give you all these tools and they don't force you to use them, so you can run around setting tripwires and landmines. But if you want to play it like Rambo, you can. And a lot of the time, some of the really cool dynamics, like hiding the sound of your rifle by sort of other noises, is kind of pointless, because it doesn't stop you from just shooting everybody and they all run towards you and then you pop them off, and then it makes it less interesting, but it doesn't force you to play it in a stealthy manner, and that's kind of its downfall, because you get the sense that it doesn't even know what it's doing. And there's things where the AI on occasion is really, really good. Like when soldiers are trying to approach you, they'll duck in and out of cover, and they'll be quite evasive. And then there was this other time where I was in this room, and this guy heard me, walked out of the room, turned, said something to me, and then suddenly went, "Hey," and he shot me.
Yeah,
briefly.
that happened to me a couple of times.
It seemed like he thought I was his mate, and he was like, "Oh, you're not my friend," and he tried to shoot me. So it goes between being really, really good, the AI, and being really, really shit. And
yeah, I've had a couple of bits where, remember the silo level in GoldenEye, where you just run through the door and then go back out, and they'd all line up at the door waiting to come through to shoot you, and their guns would stick through the door.
No.
Old school.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. You just have stuff like that where you pop your head out and they're like, and then just stand
Another
at the top
happy
of the
ending.
stairs.
Blimey, that's 2.
Yeah, mate, it's been a good podcast. But it's pretty cool.
There's no tension, because as soon as you know that you've been spotted, music starts, and when the last guy's dead, the music stops.
Yeah, that does ruin the tension.
So there were bits where I was like, I should be sort of being a bit careful about what I'm doing here. Instead, if you get spotted, I'll fuck it, I'll back into a corner, pop, wait until they're all dead, and then run out. And I think it would have been better if they'd have hardly given you any rounds for the machine gun, because instead they've just made it like a fucking pea shooter. So it's completely worthless, which is frustrating more. If you had no ammo, fine, but just knowing that you're spraying, you could be right up close to someone, spray half a clip into him and he's not going to die, that's really irritating. Have you played the multiplayer?
No, I haven't.
It's actually, do you know you can do the campaign on multiplayer?
Yeah, on co-op. Yeah.
Co-op. Well, they should have been shouting about that, and I don't know why they haven't been telling people. It's on the back of the box, but I mean, people don't seem to realise this is a co-op game, and it does actually work really well with a co-op. And Overwatch is a great mode. Nick's from COD, but Overwatch, one of you's spotting people and fulfilling objectives on the ground, and one of you's sniping from upstairs. Really, really good fun, that.
They've dropped the proper multiplayer, though, haven't they? That they had in Sniper Elite.
Was
old school Sniper Elite.
What, while you're shooting at other people?
Yeah, because my brother, with the amount of free time he had in his hands when he was, 13 years old, 15 years old or whatever, was the best player on Xbox. He was the best player. There was only about 6-7 people who played it, and he was the best one of them. So he's gutted to find out that they've dropped that.
So you're just constantly sneaking around waiting to catch a glimpse of someone, then snipe them?
Yeah. I tried playing it. I didn't like it at all, but he's got a lot more patience than I do, or something. But yeah, he said it was gleam. There seems to be a following for it.
But I don't understand that, because the way to win is to just not move. Because if you move, you'll get spotted. So don't move. But where's the fun?
But how can you kill How can you kill someone else?
You wait until the other guy's going to be stupid before you. Wait until he walks out in front of you. Pop
That's
it.
the game.
Rubbish. Sounds shit. Another thing, the use of sound's really good because you have to walk around and be a bit quiet. As soon as you walk, there's the sound of your feet echoes against all the other buildings, and it sounds really good. So you do genuinely think, "Oh, I'm making a bit too much noise." Whereas normally you don't know in a game when you've made too much noise. And I thought that was really effective. And yeah, the fucking kill cams are grisly as fuck.
Yeah, fucking quality.
But there's, it is just pornographic.
Yeah, it is.
The way the game stops and goes, some guy spitting his teeth all over the floor, fucking hell. It's pretty. I don't think anything should be censored. I'm completely against. I don't think anyone should be able to tell anyone else what they can and can't watch, do, or whatever. But I have a bit more sympathy for these people who've just announced that they're trying to ban this because it really is. I don't agree with it, but it really is fucking grim, some of it. But
you wanted to see the next one, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's so you do see. Yeah, that's the problem. It's so satisfying when you get that first achievement for shooting someone from a million miles away through the eyeball. It is that's but it doesn't matter. I don't know whether it would be better if the story and the characters and everything wasn't so goofy and sort of. So without the violence, it would be an ideal game for kids, really, because it's just a little bit sort of stupid. Get bad guys, good guys. It's all very straightforward. But then with everything stops and there's just this fucking.
You shattered someone's testicles, right?
I shot someone in the balls from behind. I think. I bet you. I laughed because I shot him in the arse, but I was annoyed that I don't think I got his knackers thinking.
Oh, you would know if you had.
Oh, right. What do they do?
Yeah. Well, it just cuts to the X-ray and you've got two tubes, two pink dangly balls, and they just explode.
Someone who made this game is a fucking absolute psycho.
Yeah, they had the kill cam in the old one, but it wasn't as graphic as this.
It's so. Yeah. Speaking of happy endings, apologies for the crudeness of this analogy, but it is like watching a porn film on fast forward, and then every time there's a happy ending, slow motion, the glory. It made me feel ever so slightly uneasy, but I'm so fucking desensitized. Whatever. But the game is. I'm actually really, really enjoying it. It's good.
It is good.
Whilst being at the same time very shit.
Yes.
But it's just that's the other thing. If I had to describe it to someone, I'd say it's a bit of fun. But
but just to make sure that you don't show anybody else who doesn't understand video games what you're doing.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah. That's the kind of thing that would upset someone who didn't play games, falling upon footage of that. Especially if a kid was playing it. That's another thing. Kids have got to stay fucking away from this. This is proper adult game.
Yeah, even in. I don't think you need to be 18 to see it. That is silly. That age rating, really, considering what teenagers get up to. But I think anyone under probably age of 12 shouldn't really see.
I'd say 15. It's really? It's so OTT. So
14. Remember what you were like at 14? You could handle someone's skull getting shattered.
At the end of the day, I think anyone. Yeah, you're probably right. 12's probably bang on. I was just sort of. It is. The bits of it are shocking. Shocking with a bit of a laugh at the end.
Good old happy ending.
Genuine.